We're back in the garage. Welcome in. Today, we're gonna start building Boom Tube version 2. We're gonna be building a NASCAR-inspired boom tube exhaust out of scrap electrical tubing. Today, we're just gonna focus on the oval boom tube portion of the whole system. This version 2 system will be going in the 72 F250 when I swap in the 351 Windsor. For now, I wanted to get the boom tube fabbed up so that I can hang it on the wall and stare at it. Serve as some inspiration to continue the build. When I think of a NASCAR exhaust system, there's three main parts. The first being equal length tri-Y headers. The second being an X-pipe. Third element is the boom tube. That sound, circa mid-90s Sterling Marlin number 4 car. I've already put a slit down one of the pipes to see how this whole operation's gonna go. Let me get you caught up onto what we're doing here. Here's what we got going with this pipe. We got a piece of EMT right here. I took a 4-foot straight edge and drew a line down it. Flipped it over 180 and drew another line. Tip with the grinder. Let this thing sink in all the way. It has less of an opportunity to get cattywampus. And this way it just basically self-feeds and gets you a nice clean cut. I'm gonna finish cutting this pipe in half. There you have it. 2 halves of a pipe. It's kind of straight. We can hit it with a flap disc, deburr it, straighten it out, and then we'll work on widening it into an oval with some flat sheet metal. Okay, fast forward roughly 15 minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cutoff wheels. Bottom, top, side, side. This will go like that. You get the idea. So we're about 3 inches to just shy of 8 inches. Let me tack this thing together. Well, I just ran out of welding wire, but you can see it start to take shape here. Boom. Now there'll be headers merge into an X-pipe. Out of the X-pipe, there'll be 2 straights that will merge into here. I'm thinking about putting a separator. As they exit the X, there'll be actually 2 separate go into one back here. Depending on the length and how that all lays out, this will get installed, get mounted, marked, cut, boom. That's what we're looking at. I'm gonna go grab some more welding wire, probably some cutoff wheels. All right, here we go. Going to the store, gonna get some supplies. Magnificent. Get some welding wire and some cutoff wheels, maybe something else. They were out of the small spools, so we had to go with a big jobber. 10-pound spool. Let's get out of here. That was way more expensive than I was anticipating. I just blew through my lunch money for this week. All right, we're back in the shop, garage. We're loaded up on this thing. Tack this thing back together. And like I was saying before, I think I'm gonna add a vertical partition. After the X-pipe, they can be independent. In my mind, the 2 distinct pressure signals from either bank of the engine, you know, you'll get the scavenging, kind of whatever happens in the X-pipe happens, and then it goes back to 2 individual, and then with that, the exhaust gases can kind of stabilize, and then somewhere here, as the pressure decreases with the flare, we got 3 inches here and 7 3/4 inches there. The exhaust gases, they'll stabilize and slow down as the pipe gets wider. Let's keep tacking. Boom. So I'm gonna weld it on the bottom, and then it has this broken edge with this 90 on it. So when I put the top on, I can drill and do a rosette weld. Several minutes later, a few beers, I've laid down about 8, call it 9, 10 feet of continuous bead. This thing is curled like a banana. Oh yeah, baby. That's okay. When I weld the top on, it'll curl it back. We're getting it done. Does it look great? No, it looks pretty bad. But I'm not an expert welder. It's the idea that counts. You know what I mean? We're making it happen. This is what I'm gonna do next. I'm gonna lay the top on, mark the line, and then I'm gonna drill holes in that match up with this. And we'll just button it up. That pinched down considerably. So I've made marks every 6 inches, and I've measured from the center to the edge, is transfer that over. Mark and drill holes. We got our center line marked for the partition. Drill those holes, and then we can start welding. We cleaned up with a wire wheel. We drilled and countersunk our rosettes. It's gonna go just like that. I had to trim this because when we welded the bottoms, the thing sunk in on itself. So that's all right. We got it trimmed and drilled. I'm gonna go ahead and tack the corners, zip the center, and keep her going. That escalated quickly. It actually looks pretty cool. You can see the partition down there. Boom, tube. There you have it. Well, I think I'm gonna call it. I'm like 5 beers deep. We got a good jump on the boom tube Rev 2. I'm feeling pretty good about this. Obviously, I'm not a master welder by any stretch of the imagination. I know my strengths. I know my weaknesses. That's the point. Yeah, I've been welding since I was 12. This is what hot rodding used to be about. Let's get it. I don't know much about boom tubes, but I'm pretty sure I can put 2 and 2 together and come up with something that'll work. Anyways, that's gonna do it for part 1 of Boom Tube Rev 2. Feel free to comment down below and tell me I'm doing something wrong. Maybe we kind of redo what we got going on with the 390 and slide this puppy in there. I don't know. I weld things together.